Hey everyone, Tweetbot's just released Tweetbot 2 for Mac to the Mac App Store. It's a price drop. It only costs $12.99 now, but is it even worth it? Let's talk Tweetbot 2 for Mac. Hey guys, this is like the 15th time I've recorded this video. I really don't know how I want to take this, if I wanted to do a more professional, put-together approach or more of a conversational tone. And the professional put-together tone wasn't working, so I guess we're doing a conversational tone, which is good because I think there's a nice mixture of both in what I'm going to do here. First, let's talk about the history of Tweetbot, because Tweetbot was created, at least I think, in part, as a response to Tweety's acquisition by Twitter. So Twitter began to make its own Mac application and iPhone application, and users weren't really happy about that. They didn't like what they were doing to Tweety. So Tweetbot came for the iPhone and really fixed that, and people really enjoyed it. It did the same thing for the Mac when it came, and Twitter has since neglected its Mac app, while Tweetbot has continued to provide updates for its own app. The app originally sold for $20 in the Mac App Store until last week when they released the update for $12.99. It's free for existing users. Of course, the main reason for the update is the design, and finally, about a year after OS X Yosemite got its flat cone of paint, Tweetbot has gotten that flat cone of paint as well with Tweetbot 2. The design is visually appealing, especially at first glance, but there are some problems if you look deeper down, I think. Some of the icons within the application look kind of hideous to me, especially the retweet, reply, and favorite icons. They're a little too thin and look like they're thin for the sake of being thin, but they're the same icons that Tweetbot uses in their iOS application, so I guess some people must like them. Really, the design to me almost fits in. It seems like a concept than an actual design. It seems like something you'd see on Dribbble, that people who really like the flat design that Apple unveiled at WWDC 2 years ago would have went and redesigned Tweetbot. It doesn't necessarily seem the most practical to me, and some actions are really cumbersome. For example, it has multi-user support. However, when you try to change the users, you have to do another click. And I know that sounds overly, whiny and complaining, but when the Twitter for Mac application you just have to do one click, it's unnecessarily cumbersome for the sake of being aesthetically pleasing, when you really need to find a balance between the two. In terms of features, you can view Twitter GIFs and videos, so that you're going to be redirected to the web to view those. You can actually upload them from Tweetbot 2 for Mac, which is so ironic since you can't even do that from Twitter's own Mac application. It's basically a full-featured client. The only way it's not full-featured is because of API restrictions from Twitter, who seemingly tries to kill all third-party Twitter applications and has been for some time. For example, there's no three-way DM support, but there is no Twitter API for three-way DMs, so until Twitter creates that, Tweetbot can't include it in the application. Speaking of the Twitter app, I think the design of the Twitter app is a little nicer. It's a little more muted and less in-your-face and flashy. Although, when you look at the Twitter app, it is so bad because Twitter has abandoned it and hasn't updated it for months, so it's missing key features, and tweets don't display properly sometimes, but that is a free application. You're just really not getting an application with support and updates like you are for the $12.99 with Tweetbot 2 for Mac. Overall, the flow of the app and the features are nice and appreciated. At times it feels a little bit cumbersome, and they focus too much on design and less about usability. However, it is a good application and probably the best Twitter application for Mac out there. It certainly beats Twitter for Mac by far. But you're paying $12.99, and for me at least, to reply and read and favorite tweets, the Twitter for Mac application is enough for me because it's free, and I don't really need some extensive features when I just glance over on my computer. If I need extensive features, I can go to the Twitter full-featured native website, and, I'm going to use Twitter exactly how Twitter intended, because Twitter intends for you to use Twitter using the website. They're not a huge fan of apps anyway. So it's all available to you for free in a way that's more featureful on the web. I just can't justify paying $12.99, especially if I just want an app to quickly glance without going to the website. The free Twitter for Mac application does that just fine, and there's a hope that Twitter will eventually focus on the app and at least provide some updates for it again. But again, if you need a Twitter for Mac application and you want a full-featured one, then this is the best app. There are some issues with the design and usability in my opinion, but those can be fixed, and they really don't hugely hinder the application and my usage of it. It's a nice looking application, and it's a really functional application, and if you're in the market for a Twitter application and you don't mind the $12.99 price tag, then definitely download it. You won't regret it. I just don't think it's necessary, and it's more like a novelty. And that's my opinion on Tweetbot 2 for Mac. Let me know what you think about Tweetbot 2 for Mac. I'm not a huge Tweetbot fan. I used to be before iOS 7, and I never really got into the iOS 7 style update for it. I've just never been a big fan, but if you are, let me know in the comments, or you can tweet at me, twitter.com/connorperrett. A link to that is in the description. I think this video went well. I really like this conversational format more than what I tried to do earlier when I was reading a script. It just felt awkward and not really what I wanted to do here. So let me know what you think about this video. Just leave me a comment. Again, you can tweet at me. Additionally, WWDC is this coming Monday. I will be live tweeting, but I also thought I would give Periscope a try. So you can go to my Periscope. It's Connor Perrett. I'll put a link in the description below. And we can Periscope, and we can really talk tech. We can talk tech live. But if you can't make it for the Periscope, then just stay right here on the channel. I'll have a recap video of all things WWDC on a special edition of Trending Tech. So that's it. That's the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye! I don't know if I like the way I ended that. We'll try something else next time.